There has been a crazy attack on cruisers at a port, and there's several other big headlines. We're going to get you up to date, and we're going to get you up to date fast without wasting your time coming up. Welcome to Travel Scouts. My name is Jason and we are your cruise information channel. So if you love cruising, consider subscribing. Okay, you know how we like to roll. We like to get you the cruise news and information you want without wasting your time. So let's roll right into it with number one. Carnival Cruise Line has encountered some rough waters in the Gulf of Mexico. Now, this was due to the impact of Winter Storm Elliott, and Carnival Cruise Line, they issued a warning to the passengers that were on impacted cruises, and they were expected to have large wave swells up to 15 feet, as well as winds from 47 to 50 miles per hour. And the temperatures, well, they were going to be much colder than would be expected on a Caribbean cruise as well, with the highs being at times in the 40s or the 50s. And all of this together, it led Carnival to take other safety precautions as well, closing the portholes, closing the ocean view windows, closing the balcony partition. So rough seas for Carnival Cruise Line. And number two, a passenger has died on board the Carnival Legend. Carnival Legend, it was home ported out of Baltimore, Maryland, and this last week they reported that a passenger indeed had died on board. While the man overboard alert was sounded, there was not an actual overboard incident, according to a Carnival Cruise Line spokesperson. Now, Carnival Cruise Line, they did not provide further information. However, Cruise Center has reported that a man fell off his balcony and hit a lifeboat, and this occurred shortly after midnight. Number three, MSC Cruise Line will have a new home port in Galveston, Texas. MSC Cruise Line is an Italian-based company, but they are rapidly expanding into the U.S. They have several brand new ships and budget-friendly prices. Now, currently, MSC, they sell out of Port Canaveral and Miami. However, in their rapid expansion in the U.S., they will begin selling out of New York in April of 2023. They have not yet announced when their sailings out of Galveston will begin, but that information will be coming out very soon. Very quick note on that, Kelly and I, we will be sailing with MSC here in just a couple of weeks, and we'll be giving you a breakdown on how MSC compares with other cruise lines. So if you're interested in that, be sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you can catch those videos. Number four, Norwegian Cruise Line has returned to sailings from Australia. This will be the very first time they have returned to sailing from Australia in 3 years, and they're going to be doing so on the newly renovated Norwegian Spirit. The renovations on this cruise ship were over $100 million. That is the most expensive and the most extensive renovations that Norwegian Cruise Line has ever done. And in March of 2023, the Norwegian Spirit will be repositioning to begin doing sailings from Honolulu, Hawaii, and Vancouver, Canada. So if you're looking for that Hawaiian cruise, or if you're looking for that Alaskan cruise, the Norwegian Spirit would be a great option. Moving on to number five, Carnival Corporation has said that they will be getting rid of 3 more ships. Now, they did not say which exact ships they would be getting rid of. However, they did say that these 3 ships will be some of their smaller and what they view as less efficient ships. And they also said that 2 of the ships would come from the Costa Cruise Line fleet. And trucking right along, number 6, a cruise ship has been stopped because of snails. This is true, I am not making this up. The Coral Princess was stopped from entering the New Zealand waters because it had an infestation of sea snails. These snails were found inside the ship's discharge pipes, and an expert said, quote, that snails are potentially a mobile organism that could invade marine areas and could carry dangerous pathogens. The ship's captain said that they had to deploy a dive team to clean the hull of the ship as well as those discharge pipes, and this was a process that took about 24 hours. And then number 7 is those cruise passengers that were attacked while they were at port. Apparently this took place as part of a robbery of these cruise passengers while they were in the port area. This was a married couple. One was age 79, the other was age 81, and they were sailing on board the Norwegian Star when this happened. The ship had arrived for a port day in Recife, Brazil, and this couple, they were doing some sightseeing, they were doing some shopping when they were approached by multiple criminals. Now, according to witnesses, one of the victims, they were struck in the head with either a knife or some sort of similar object. Other witnesses also said that one of the victims fell and they hit their head on a step, it's not exactly positive based upon those varying reports, whether the head injury came from that strike or whether it came from the fall. It may be both. One of the victims, they did have to be hospitalized, and witnesses said that the robbery included the criminals taking their glasses as well as taking their phone. But the good news is that they did arrest one of the criminals involved. Hopefully they will get the others. A lot of this came from leads they got through some video that was obtained. We will keep you up to date on this story and others. If you want to stay up to date on the latest cruise news and information, be sure you subscribe and turn the notification bell on. The next video will be coming out soon, but until then, keep on cruising, and we'll catch you in the next video.